Hey guys, Beck here. Just a quick update for anybody that doesn't know what's going on and or didn't care to look for yourselves but would like a little bit of information. There's been a couple of breaking stories, so I don't know, I'll start at the least and work my way up, I think. We'll start with New Zealand. New Zealand was hit by a cyclone, which just doesn't happen, and also an earthquake then this morning. So New Zealand is in a bit of a shambles. Okay, so I do know that the earthquake was near Christchurch. Now, the other things, we have two green, what they're calling meteorites in Texas that shook houses, and the booms were heard for a long, long way. That is yet to be reported on, so there's not much information out about that yet, but that will come during the night, and I'm sure we will wake up to a barrage of information about that, those two so-called meteorites over Texas. Then we have the Ohio East Palestine chemical disaster, the next Chernobyl they're calling it. Be careful, Bo. And that is dramatic. I've just been on to Grand Supreme News. Go on to Lewis's channel over there, and the cloud, the chem cloud above that place is horrific. They are coming out and telling the locals not to drink the water. I mean, that's a given, but some people need to hear it. And it's just a disaster upon disaster, and that is a very bizarre story. If you look at it, there's nothing right about that story. And then we have all these things being shot down. I believe we are at this is right now Alien Disclosure Week. Jazzy, you cannot get in there. It's too late. It is 5:30 in the afternoon, so it's too late to get wet. Come on, let's go. Alien Disclosure Week is here. It's what everybody's been waiting for. It's here. People have not been listening to what these senators are saying that are coming out of this meeting, where they've gone in more confused. They've come out more confused than when they went in. There is no video evidence being shown to any of these people. There is no answers to what is going on. Now that in itself is very, very suspicious. I have my own ideas about what these things are. I think they are real. I think too many people caught footage of this stuff. Normal people, not the media. We're talking normal people's footage. These things were not balloons. They sent balloons up afterwards as a decoy. Now, why they're saying they can't even find the debris from these latest ones in Alaska and Canada, I've got no idea. They're just outrightly basically saying, we shot something down, but there's no evidence of it. They even said they couldn't get clear view, that it was very far off. Well, what were they doing shooting at something that could have been something completely different? Then we'll move on to what I think is the top story of the day. It's hardly been spoken about at all, which is there have been Russian fighter jet, at least one, maybe two, shot down by the sleeping giant, which is US of Americana. So the sleeping giant has shot down one of the Bears' fighter jets, at least one, could be two. So what have we got here? We've got Senator John Kennedy telling everybody to lock their doors last night. I hope you're all still there and listening to me, you guys over there, because he told you to lock your doors. What they're really talking about, your doors being locked, is not going to help you at all. This is a spiritual, absolute spiritual attack. Hey, Jazzy! Get out. Out. Jazzy, up. Total spiritual barrage is upon us like nothing we've ever seen. We knew it was coming. We've been warning people of this for a very, very long time. It's here. What a lot of people have warned about for a long time is here. This has been Alien Disclosure Week. It certainly has. Lock your doors, he said. It was a warning. He came out saying he was more confused than he went in, Senator John Kennedy. And that was for a briefing of what had taken place with these so-called balloons. 99 red balloons. They're not putting chemicals in them. They don't need to do that. We know that. So, and then they're saying there's no wreckage. So what are they? They have to have a story if the normal public saw it. This is what everybody's missing. They are real, what these things were. They're telling us they shot them down. I don't believe so. I don't believe these things that they wanted to shoot down were able to be shot down. I'm just giving clues. I'm not speaking my mind completely openly. I'm a little bit cryptic in what I'm saying. I'm doing that on purpose. I do not believe if those things were there, the things that people saw and filmed that were not balloons, and they shot at them, I do not believe they were able to be brought down. So take that however you want to take that. Okay? Now, there's a lot to consider. Okay? If you've been looking at the Bible at all in your life, you would have to question, are we in an end of days time period of what the Bible spoke about? I believe we are. We might not be exactly where I believe we are, but we are definitely in that realm. I don't believe we even belong in this world anymore. Something changed. Something changed some time ago. I don't know when, but our world changed, and those of us who were already here then, some of us didn't change with it. And I hope and pray that we are the ones who get to go home to the place that we kind of remembered the world as being when it was mainly good. On the whole, on the average, when it was good. Is anybody going to know any goodness now? Maybe not in this world, but in the world to come. There will be joy, no tears. It is true, I do believe it. None of us are good enough to get there. That's why he sent his part of himself, his son. My son is part of myself. He sent his son, part of him, to tell us how to get there. Just humble yourself, that's all we can do. But this was, a really full-on video because I didn't even look at the internet much today. I spoke to my girlfriend on the phone briefly about some things that, what's happening. And that got my head spinning enough. There's stuff I haven't even told you that's going on over Australia here. We have our Gay Pride 17-day bonanza starting, I think, today. She said, I think today. Excuse me. And there's other things going on. There was a story that happened over here a while back, and it was a big setup to dob all us like-minded people in, and it's actually transpiring now. They're running a story that happened a few months back, and they're saying that the people that the people in blue with guns, the people that they killed were actually religious zealots, as in Bible believing and things that we are speaking of here. So, this is why we talk in code these days, guys. I don't know how you guys are going to get any information, people that don't know. How are they going to learn to talk in this language? How are they going to know what we're saying? Because we can't freely speak. So this cannot go on forever. It will not. And especially with this Mardi Gras and the Mardi Gras and the Gay Pride 17 Day and the ones that you guys in America just had, this is your judgment now after that, and the Grammys and the Super Bowl. Well, our judgment's coming for what they're going to do now. Starting today, Australia will be under climatic judgment that they cannot dish out. And that's when they get scared. Don't confuse everything bad in the world happening with them doing it. It's not all them doing it. Don't give them the glory. They are not as powerful as we believe. Yes, some things they absolutely they've done. Many things. But what I'm saying is, do not confuse Father's judgments with man's hand, okay? Father's judgments will come when they need to come. But he said, 1,000 at your side, 10,000 at your right, but no harm will befall your tent. If you make him, the Father in heaven, the Most High, your dwelling place, none of these things will harm you, okay? I honestly believe there will only be a certain amount of people that don't get hurt out of all this, and I don't know if we're going to be taken away at, really early on, or I don't know if we're going to be here until the last trumpet. I don't know. I don't think that matters. I think what matters is you better be really starting to think about all this. It's no game anymore. Do what you need to do to keep calm, but this is no game anymore. And but if you honestly believe that he died for you, if you do, you will be saved. You will. It's a promise. Now's the time to pick a side. That's what I think it's already happened in a way. Anybody that goes along with this thing going on in Sydney for 17 days, you're going to be under judgment, even going on, well, it doesn't affect me, so they can do what they want. No, you can't do that. You cannot do that. You cannot be a part of any of this stuff. It's vital to your soul, to your family. It's vital to your everything that's about to happen. Come here, Jazzy, off the road. Come here, Jazzy. Do not roll around on the ground. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to go, but I just really felt led to do this, and I wasn't. It's very late in the afternoon for me to be out walking, and I just thought, no, I'm going to speak it as I feel it. And what I feel is that, yeah, this was Alien Disclosure Week. Do not be deceived. They have craft. They do, the government and that. We know that. But the other craft that you won't be able to describe, that will morph and shift and shape shift into different things, that is true fallen angels. Do not be deceived. They are not from another world. They're from another realm. And they've come in and things have changed. And they cannot go back to normal. Pick a side. Pick Yeshua. Pick the Father in heaven. He created you. He does love you. No matter what's going on, it's going to look like it get really bad. Yet it's going to get worse. So it's good to do it now. Build your faith and know that he will look after you. He will not leave his people. Father will not leave his people. Trust in the Father with all of your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all of your ways, and he will make your path straight.